Kylie Draws here. Today is going to be a kind of different video because of what you saw in the thumbnail and the title of the video. Today I will be talking about simplicity and the basic idea of how to use it in art and stuff. So first off, simplicity, what does it mean? So it kind of means the act of doing something to make it easier for you to understand or comprehend. And if you put this into art, sometimes it might be not a really crazy character design like this. While this still is really cool, it can sometimes distract the viewer's eye and it's going all around the place trying to look for stuff. It's kind of like a try to find book or I Spy book or something. And I'm not saying that it's bad, I'm just saying that sometimes you need to maybe not make it too, the design is too loud, if you know what I mean. You need it tone it down a bit. But I'm not saying that the design is bad, it's just Secondly, simplicity should not, be everywhere, if you know what I mean. You should still have a bit of detail. And simplicity is a very a very, I don't know, this way or that way, if you're talking about simplicity in art. And this is because everyone has different art styles, and they have different preferences and different ways of seeing things. So some art styles might be more simpler than other art styles, but we are inclusive here, okay? A way that you can use simplicity in your art, or just try to, is to maybe break things down into shapes. If you know how to do shapes and stuff, then you're already halfway there. And yeah, so what I'm drawing right now is a these chibis, and I don't know, just a random concept just came into my head, and that was it. As you can see, I'm actually putting everything into shapes. The head is a circle oval thing, same as the ears, and the body is a bean shape, and the legs and arms are triangles, and then I've just made the leaf really simple and stuff. Same with the smaller character. It's just breaking things down into shapes and seeing if it goes all together. For example, if your character is I don't know, mostly round shapes, then it should be mostly round shapes. Mostly, if the character's mostly angular shapes, then mostly angular shapes. But again, this is not about character design, this is about simplicity. So here is another way that you can use simplicity in your art. So I said in my hair tutorial a few weeks ago, I talked about kind of like breaking the hair down into larger shapes or groups. That's what I call them. And this can like be really helpful and like save a lot of time. I think I explained more in depth about it in my hair tutorial. I'll link it in the description. But it's kind of like, it saves you a lot of time, like instead of like drawing individual strands. I talked more about it in my hair tutorial. But that's kind of like a way that you can simplify the hair. You can kind of like simplify other parts of the character. Like you shouldn't do too much simplicity, or else it'll kind of be like a bit, I don't know, plain a bit, you know? I usually simplify the clothes unless I'm drawing a Genshin Impact character. That's different, but we're not going to talk about that. I usually simplify the clothes of my characters because like they're wearing it all the time. Same with like the hair. Like it's always there unless, you know, things happen to your character or something. But like I usually simplify the clothes because some of my characters change clothes a lot, like through different, I don't know, like storylines or something, or just like in different, every single time I draw them, like they're wearing something different. But yeah, that's a way that you can simplify your character, like clothes and accessories. Another way you can simplify is kind of like just, I know that eyes are kind of like the focal point, but sometimes you can simplify them because if you add kind of like too much detail to an eye, even in like digital painting, it's kind of like, it's a bit too, it's a bit messy. I don't know how you would call it, but like it's kind of messy if you add a lot of detail, which again, this is all up to your style, but this is kind of like, in my opinion, I think like a lot of like elements can be a bit messy sometimes, especially if they're all like, I know, like crazy colors and stuff. And there are lots of other ways which you can like simplify things. So just like experiment and see what you like. And this is kind of like, oh right, I forgot. You can actually, you can simplify coloring too. Forgot to talk about that. You can simplify coloring by kind of like doing like a base color, or like you should be doing a base color anyways, but shading, simplifying the shading also helps, and kind of like, yeah, seeing what you can do and like what you like, and maybe add that to your style. Just experiment and have fun. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video and staying until the end. You guys are just amazing, thank you. And if you like the video, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, it helps a lot. It really does. It might not seem like much, but it does. And here is the finished result. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!